I'm Anthony Lucia, and welcome to Inside Ride, a look inside of some of Ride's favorite shows. Today, we are on the set with the cast of Cowgirls, and I have to say, I'm a pretty big fangirl right now, but the thing that I want to do today is we're going to talk about all the ins and the outs of each and every one of y'all's journeys in this year's season. But first off, I want to introduce Duke, as well as Sarah, Michelle, and Daryl. Of course, we've got Jane, Rainey, Brittany, and the bombastic one, Billy. And Billy, I don't want to single you out, but you quite possibly had the worst injury throughout the season, and you actually had to wear a neck/back brace. I want to watch the ride and show the audience truly what your body went through. So let's check this out. So had you seen, oh my goodness gracious.
The single's worse.
Never gets easier to watch that.
The behind the chute single is a lot nicer looking.
The fact that you rode the horse as long as you did is unreal to me. You literally landed on your head, rolled to the back of your neck. At that moment, is your adrenaline running so hard that you don't even know what just happened?
Well, normally, like with bulls, I never black out. I could be hung up. Anything that was happening, I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
And it was so fast, I was just on the ground. I have no idea what happened. I don't remember flying through the air. I just remember getting up thinking, this does not feel right. I know when I got the announcer was like, don't look left. He said, don't look right, just look straight ahead and walk straight to the ambulance. I was like, well, I'm okay. And he's like, no, don't move your head. So I know it scared a lot more people than it did me because it didn't look very good. I knew the way I landed was not good. It could have been a way, way worse.
And so, Duke, when we talk about injuries, it's hard not to bring you into the conversation because from what it seemed like watching the season, you were the queen of injuries. And even your husband, Joe, who's been around rodeo longer than all of us, he said this was one of the most violent wrecks he's ever seen in his life. And so we're gonna watch this clip, and I just wanna tell you that every time I watch it, it makes me sick.
He's a pretty rank guy. He never dropped his head and took a little bit of, that was not fun.
Well, and I just wanna point this out. If you'll watch at the bottom of your screen, here comes the fastest man on earth.
I did not know he could run that fast.
He didn't know he could run that fast.
That's in slow-mo, and he looks like he's going normal speed.
And he looks fast. I mean, it has to have been such a surreal experience getting to ride broncs, and some of you for the first time, some of you it's a career. But to go along with the show now, how has your life changed any, maybe through social media, maybe people coming up and recognizing you? Rainey, I mean, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was actually at the first rodeo that they let me compete in with the guys in Kentucky a few weeks ago. And I had this woman come up to me and she was like, oh my gosh, you that girl from that new Cowgirl show. She's like, you're the Rainey. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm really not, I promise. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
It's me.
That's awesome. So you've got a fan base now.
Yeah, and it's actually like coming to my hometown now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, Brittany, being a pretty girl, being a hand, have you had any experiences like that?
Yeah. I've had a couple guys move to my hometown.
Oh my God. Move to your hometown?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we can hang out now. Nope.
We found a shirt yesterday that said Cowboy Heartbreaker, and I thought Brittany would like that.
I break cowboy hearts.
One of the fun things that I've seen happen on every episode of Cowgirls is this hands-in thing.
On three, don't eat mud. 1, 2, 3. Don't eat mud. 1, 2, 3. Don't eat dirt. Rematch. On three. 1, 2, 3. Rematch.
Daryl, you always lead it, and most times there's enthusiasm. You're like, who's gonna lead us this time? But one of the things that I thought was the greatest, one of the highlights of the show, was you said, all right, Duke, since you got the win, you get to lead us in hands in. And you're like, hands in, and I'm expecting Duke to be like, cowgirl up, or let's ride, or let her buck, or something like that. And she's like, I don't know. And without skipping a beat, you just go.
On three. 1, 2, 3. I don't know.
And so, is that something that you and your bronc rider buddies used to do, or is that something you just started with the girls?
It just happened the first time. I was like, all right, put it in. It was like, go team, you know. I felt like a Little League coach. And it just kind of stuck. So, and then I think the little taglines I came up with was,
Don't eat dirt.
The don't eat dirt one was really good. Some of them didn't like it, and then it kind of grown on them.
Why did you look at Sarah when you said that?
I
Does
remember-
Sarah like dirt? I mean, are you trying to prevent her from doing
And
something she
I remember
enjoys?
Poteet, she's like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I'm like, get in here, and she's like, fine. She's like,
You didn't want to be a part of the team?
No, that wasn't the case. I just like, I think there's many better, I don't know the words for that.
Sayings
Sayings
than
than don't eat dirt.
The first time I ever saw y'all ride was in Wichita Falls. I had no idea there was going to be ladies bronc riding. I was waiting to run my second steer that day. We were all, like me and my buddies, that we rode up there like being a bunch of high school boys, like, watch these girls get on. And by the end of it, we were like, I think they're better cowboys than us. We're team ropers, and they're over there riding bucking horses that are nuts bucking horses anyways. And so being in a male-dominated sport, is it intimidating? No?
It can be frustrating because with their girls, any guy will give you advice, whether he's really good and knows his
Right.
stuff, or if he knows nothing and has
Yeah.
not been on a bucking
He's gonna
animal in
walk
his
up and
life.
you should,
he's gonna come and give you this great advice,
get
and
to
you
the
should
front.
listen to him. So you have to weed out what to ignore and what to listen to.
So that's pretty much like dealing with a guy on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you don't want to take everything I say to heart.
There's definitely a challenge. There's an expectation to be just as good as they are.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.